Grand Cherokee going up on the lift at Cooter's garage. We're going to be removing a skid plate, draining the radiator. Also, we'll be changing plugs today, put a new belt on, as you know, worked on this damn headlight, as you know. So I don't think this vehicle's, this vehicle has not, it's been here before for little small things, but not up on the lift. All right, so let's take a look. So the only place I really see some rust, this is the sway bar for the rear. You can see some rust there. End links, rear shocks. This is probably the, you get a lot of sand and shit thrown up on the vehicle back here. Outside of that, the exhaust looks good. Drive shaft. A little bit of rust on this section right here. Still though not too bad, where it goes up to the catalytic converter. We will be removing, I believe, this little skid plate right here and this one because the radiator drain valve is right up here on the driver's side. It's interesting that the front of the vehicle looks much healthier than the rear. So the rear must just take a beating driving through the snow, the winter, the salt. Because considering that this is a 2018 with 91,000 miles, the only place I really see some exterior rust is on this cross piece back here towards the rear of the vehicle. See a lot of aluminum components underneath here that Jeep uses. Okay, the first skid plate is off right here. I think that's the part of the steering box right there. So now with the skid plate off, you see a little bit of corrosion here. Still not the end of the day, not the end of the world. Let's see what we got here. This is a plastic shroud right here. I think I got some 10mm bolts and that should come off. Okay, with the metal skid off and then this plastic piece off, which had various 10mm bolts on the end and 3 or 4 across. You can see on the driver's side, the radiator drain valve gives you a nice little drain. We'll put a hose here and we'll try to collect all of that and we'll open this. All right, you can see Cooter checking this thing out. So in yesterday's video, when I took the grill off, I didn't show you this, but look at these rotating plastic clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those need to come out in order to take the grill off. There we go. There we go. Actually, much nicer than the JK Wrangler. So in the JK, it's really, really hard to get at, and it doesn't have a nice red valve like you can just get so easy. And it's on the passenger side, and it's extremely difficult to get at it. This is really easy once you remove the plastic skid plate and the metal skid plate.
That turned really nice too. The JK ones, I thought I was going to break them before.
Yeah, and the JK ones, you can only really turn it 180 degrees. More than that, the whole damn thing pops out with all the insides. So nice. Mike's just undoing the air temperature sensor switch right here. We're just looking things over. There are some differences from what we're used to on the 3.6. The first one being this assembly right here obviously needs to come off. We got a lot of electrical right here, some Christmas trees. We're going to undo these clips right here for that. I just put a new air cleaner. This will all come off. We'll get most likely a pick tool. We'll take that off. And then this whole cover, all of this piece of plastic, this whole assembly will just come right off. So a lot of plastic, this whole crazy piece right here, off really in seconds. Valve right there, air temperature switch, all just plastic grommets.
Imagine if it just went from there into the throttle body, nice and easy. You
can see we got a brand new air cleaner. I put that in 2 weekends ago. A little bit of oil seepage.
Maybe coming out of here.
Yeah, there's seals. There's a seal around each spark plug tube has a seal on it in the valve cover. And probably right there as well. But Maybe I am wrong, because look I do see a sensor back there. So I'm not really sure what that is on this, but we don't have it on ours, or it's in a different location. What's nice is, see how long the leads are to the coil packs? We can actually undo the bolt, pick the coil pack right off of it, and not even disconnect it.
That's nice.
We know we're going to disconnect cylinder 3, which we believe is on that side over there in the middle, because we want to swap it with one of these easy ones. So if the problem travels, we can just change it and know where it is and change it. That was Mike's idea, and it's a good one. You'll notice also, see this bracket right here? This bracket.
We didn't put my computer on it, but we'll do it after.
We'll do it after. Okay.
We didn't read
all the codes. Yeah, all the
so
codes are going to be there. Good point. So this bracket right here is a little different. So we'll probably have to undo one bolt so we can get the coil pack off of the number 6 spark plug. So that's a difference.
The vacuum pump too.
Yeah, so the vacuum booster pump is relocated here. On the JK, as you know, it's way out here. Throttle body will get disconnected right here. These Christmas trees. This whole crazy plastic wire assembly basically will get disassembled. Also, this tube right here, as well as this tube right here. And then this thing is going to slide out. These connectors are kind of cool. You take this and you push the whole connector inward. Then you push down on the white tab. Then you pull out and it comes right off. It comes right out of there. I'll get a pick tool. This hose right here has to come off. And I think this thing slides out of that piece of plastic right there.
We get a double whammy down here.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
Okay, just an update. We've taken off a lot of nuts and brackets, and right now we're taking the hose off on this thing, just to kind of see if it gives us a little more flexibility to take this piece off. Maybe not. It's pretty stubborn. Been working on it for about 20 minutes. We have not done the 7 or so bolts that actually lift the intake off yet. That'll be next, and then we'll be pulling this thing off pretty soon. We chose E-Torque 5. You can see we're removing a stud there. We're gonna remove another one too. These are just threaded into plastic, and then it gives you a flat surface to, you can see it right there, to thread a nut in on the front of it. Nice, Mike.
Well, it's got a, there's a washer behind it, so it pulls everything out with it.
And I like to see that one. See where I'm shining the light? That one right there. Yeah, that's the one. That one is stopping that bracket. There we go.
It's almost like a wood screw or something on the inside, just screwed into plastic.
Yeah.
No brass insert.
There it is. So two of those studs are coming out, and then I think we'll better be able to evaluate. This is kind of probably the hardest part of this intake, is this hokey ass assembly right here.
Imagine doing this every time.
Okay, I counted 7. 2 long ones in the middle that came out. This one can't get out, but we're gonna hold it up and put a tie wrap around it. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the only other thing is we got some type of hose connector in the back. We're gonna deal with that. Yep, I can get that for you. All right, one little flange kind of ripped right here on us. You can see it comes around underneath that bracket, and basically it goes right down there and it attaches there.
Where does this plug into? The intake?
No, this thing right here. Right there on the end, see that?
Yeah.
That piece right there, yep. Yep. There it is. Goes down underneath the bracket, comes around right here to a plastic T, and then there's another one of those connectors on the bottom. So it comes down to a T.
I bet you that's,
and then it just sits right here.
Fuel vapor.
So if we can't find the line, you can see it broke, then we might have to just do a nice square cut and put a hose and some hose clamps and really seal it up good, maybe even some silicone. We did get that T disconnected right there, so that was our only setback.
Could always come down from here to get it apart right there and hose all the way up, but the hose is going to be a lot fatter.
Whatever that sensor is on the front, on each side, the seal must be, it's just ever so gently weeping right there. You'll notice, I don't think it's anything at all to lose sleep over for a vehicle with 92,000 miles, but you just get a little bit of gentle weepage right there. Outside of that, everything else looks pretty good. You can see the intake's off. It was a bit of a struggle. We got to clean that. We got to clean that one part. We'll go look at that intake. Yeah, throttle body. I'll get a can of throttle body cleaner too. We'll blow this bitch off with a compressor. Oh, maybe we don't even need to do that. All right, so we'll get a brake cleaner. We'll put it on a rag and clean the inside of that out. And then, where's that crazy part? Yeah, right here. So let's take a look at this thing. This thing was sitting in there like so. I'm gonna try to clean this thing up right here with some brake cleaner. Wow. All right, so to Mike's point, that's the number 3. So it's 135. That's the one that showed the misfire. So we're gonna actually relocate that coil pack on another side. We don't think that's the problem, but just in case, we'd like to put it over on this side so it can be accessed easier. We just pulled the coil pack off of it. Came out nice and easy. 10mm bolt head that stays with the coil pack.
Yeah, it's for these things.
Well, hopefully this would be the only one we have to unplug. 5/8 in there, the new swivel thin spark plug socket. That thing was purchased by brother Chris actually for Recon 2. We just haven't had a chance to do it yet. And there's our spark plug. Looks nice and dry. A little bit of carbon, but you'd expect that after 90-something thousand miles, huh?
Yeah. Definitely time for replacement, I would say.
You can see that I'm on the number 2 plug because we swapped out the coil pack with the number 3. So if the problem moves to number 2, we can access it easier. Hoping that it's just the plugs. You know, these are the original plugs. You can see I put another extension on this thing to get the spark plug out. Just a tad bit of anti-seize on the threads of the new plug. Starting them by hand. Check the gap on them around 42 thousandths, I guess. Start them by hand, and then the coil pack has some dielectric grease inside it. Okay, once again, Mike's doing the passenger side. I'm on spark plug number 4, the middle one on the driver's side. And here's a look at the old plugs. Doesn't want to, let's see if I can get, there we go. And we're putting a little anti-seize once again on there. A little dielectric grease in the boot of the coil pack. Lastly, we're torquing them to 18.5 foot-pounds. All right, happily, I'm on my last plug here. See this stupid ass bracket? I had to undo a couple bolts and shift that bracket out of the way. All right, so I can do the rest of this by hand. And then we'll get that last new plug installed. This coil pack here was number 3 over there. Remember, 135. So if that problem moves to cylinder 2, we'll know it's this coil pack, and this is the easy side to get to. Hopefully, though, we got this thing nipped in the bud. I mean, spark plugs looked kind of tired, so nice new plugs in there, little anti-seize on them, torqued to 18.5 foot-pounds, dielectric grease in every single boot of the coil pack. We only had one problem. A little chunk of hose broke. We're gonna try to track it down so we don't have to be creative. You can pop these, carefully take that rag off. We can pop those plenum seals. We have 6 brand new seals we can put in, easy peasy. So the thermostat for the Grand Cherokee, much different than the Wrangler. It's got a different number of hoses on it. It's got an electronic sensor on it, probably coolant temperature, would be my guess. That plug was extremely difficult to unplug. So we're just breaking the 3 10mm bolt heads that hold the thermostat. You can see all the lines are off. And then we'll put the battery ratchet on there and get this thermostat off. It's got like a diaphragm inside, and I think it's probably just gonna pop right out. Thermostat off. The gasket was stuck to the block. We just peeled it off. We'll clean that up with a little Scotch Guard after. And there's your Grand Cherokee. This is the sensor right here. Look at that, goes to the electrical sensor. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass actually. Not as easy as the JK. And I notice, you see any kind of bleeder on it?
No
bleeder either. So.
Well, you got a heater hose,
yep,
or something here.
Yep, that's right here. All right, so so we got to go get some parts. We got to get a thermostat. We got to We're gonna bring a busted hose piece that we have with us. Meanwhile, the good news is the plugs are done, the coil packs, that was the, obviously we got a little bit of work to put her back together, but the key thing now is a couple parts and some coolant. Another shot of the intake. I did some cleaning here with some brake cleaner. I might pick up some throttle body cleaner and try to hit that. Let's see, our thermostat, did a lot of cleaning with this crazy component right here. Hopefully we have some improvements. Let that sit like that.